size, okay, went out to the Air Force Academy. They got him up to like 385 pounds,
Yeah.
and at the end of his senior season, he had to lose, and I'm being silly, but he was heavy. Heavy and strong. He had to
I don't know.
yeah,
I've only been here with Tom.
yeah.
I don't know
I
much
could
of the
be,
coaching
I
staff
could be
before
more
Tom.
precise, but I
Yeah, well,
can't.
I have I'm like a legacy. Like my grandfather went here, and then like 6 of my uncles went here.
Yeah.
So like you might have fallen into one of them. My dad graduated in '90.
Geez, now I got Anderson's father dressing up for every game. See what I did to him the other night?
Yeah.
The standoff out at. You saw the standoff. I heard about this.
Yeah, what happened with that?
He wanted the umpire to come out, all right? And the umpire knew he wanted him to come out because he wanted to talk about the strike zone. And the umpire wouldn't come out, and
Yeah, that's fine.
Miguel wouldn't come out. Finally, and Miguel said, but
These are for the camera,
the
right?
umpire said he's not coming out. So finally, Miguel came in. In the meantime, I said, by the way, folks, time for a little humor. It's obvious that Mr. Anderson has a day job.
Sorry?
And he's read those tweets, signs, and selling suits.
It receives a signal from out of the camera.
I hope he thought it was good.
At the end of the game, why was it there a little
They
kerfuffle?
apparently somebody started chirping.
27?
I don't know who it was. But,
Hey, so what happened at the end of the game, last game, with the little kerfuffle that happened down here? What was the idea?
Billy Wagner went up to Griffin boat on Mosa and said, "Look, if you ever show me up like that, I'll stomp the shit out you." And Sebi Prieto said, "You ain't gonna do shit." And
No, the coach said that?
yeah, the coach said that. Billy Wagner said that.
He said, what did he say to
We
him?
were shaking hands. He said, "Good job. If you ever show me up like that, I'll stomp the shit out you."
Who showed him?
Well, when Bosa had the winning hit,
The walk off, yeah.
the walk-off hit.
Against who?
Against Millers Academy. That was their first game of the year.
Yeah.
But they have a gauntlet of it.
Yeah, I think they played Bishop Monroe,
Yeah, they were going to IMG, I think.
IMG as well.
Venice,
and
West
Monroe.
Broward. West Broward.
West Broward too, yeah.
Hello? Yeah, it's about to start. You okay? Okay. Well, it looks like you participated for sure. All right. All right, get some rest.
I feel like I blew half.
Hey, you threw it away?
Yeah.
Well, my son graduated in 1992, and that's the one we're doing for 1992. So I was going to bring it up to Maine.
Oh, keep going. Sure. I'm just sick of seeing
Well, I got those sunglasses also in my
I'll
car.
put it back there. I was just sick of seeing it.
Absolutely.
Still says broadcast with the kids.
Looks like it's years or something.
So they're 9-0, and we're 9-2.
They're 11-0.
Yeah, that's what Adrian told me.
It's saying that.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
That should show that. should look like that.
Well, did you have to click over to the camera?
No, he's great, man.
Usually, and that's what's going out on YouTube.
Yeah,
You
he
go
is.
to 5 minutes. It's only a 7 or 8 second.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh shit.
So this,
Yeah, I'll
There
be
you
there.
go.
there it goes. And let me
Well,
see.
I'll videotape you when you're here. I got you. I see.
You have your different thing.
Yeah.
In this case, you got
What's the catch up?
That's for Mr. Lenning's hot dogs when they bring them up.
Oh, there we go.
He's he's a diva. If you haven't figured that out yet.
Who? This guy?
Very much
I
so.
just thought it was inappropriate for a grown man
Yeah.
to hit just a
All right,
touch on
we're live now,
a kid
folks.
like that.
Y'all know.
Okay, he says that, and then who responded with all of a sudden with Kobe? Oh.
Test. Test.
And then Christian Chevy got involved. They had a whole him back and then Wilson pushed him out the way.
Playing baseball.
Yeah.
All right, we're live over here with the mic, so everybody knows. All right, team live stream. Doug Polides here. We'll be getting this thing going here shortly. We're waiting for the signal from Coach Menendez that we can introduce the starting lineups, courtesy of Mike Letting, prayer, and national anthem. I'll be back with you after all that.
Good evening, and welcome to Jesuit High School full slope baseball field located here inside Hyer Family Park. Let's now start the festivities by introducing the starting lineup stars and designated hitter number 1, Christian Sheffield, will be batting for tonight's starting shortstop number 10, Nico Perez. Batting 8th is the second baseman number 3, Hudson Rivera, and batting 9th is the starting pitcher number 5, Wilson Anderson. Now coming on the field is head coach Miguel Menendez, the remainder of the Jesuit squad, and his staff. This time we ask for all three advice for an opening prayer to be followed by the playing of our national anthem as we honor America. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty God, we ask for your blessing on all here gathered this evening for this contest between Jesuit High School and Venice High School. We pray especially for the young men who compete here tonight, and they play to the best of their ability, free from injury, and according to the highest standards of sportsmanship. And may all of us in our daily lives seek to do your will for your greater glory. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Ignatius of Loyola, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right. Let's lace them up, folks. We're about ready to go. We have the undefeated 11-0 Venice Indians here at Hyer Family Park to take on your Jesuit Tigers. Starting lineups have been introduced. National anthem is behind us. Hopefully we can keep the storms away.
Tigers going down the left field. Ben Burke down in the center field. Hannah Bertwell. Right field, Wilson. Over to third base, Bryce Possessi. Out to shortstop, Nico Perez. Second base, Hudson Rivera. Over to first base, Samir Mohammed. Behind the plate, Grady Marshall. And on the mound, Wilson Anderson.
Okay, Wilson Anderson's going to toe the rubber tonight for the Tigers. And everybody probably watching and listening to this is pretty familiar with the superstar senior pitcher for the Jesuit Tigers, future Mississippi State Bulldog, Wilson, 6'4", 205 pounds, former Team USA 15U player. He has 22 all-tournament selections. He's a perfect game All-American, a tournament All-American, a tournament most valuable pitcher, a tournament MVP twice, the number 3 right-handed pitcher in the state of Florida in this graduating senior class, and the number 8 overall prospect or player in the state of Florida. He is the number 6 right-handed pitcher in this senior class in the country. Wilson lights up the fastball up to 97 miles an hour. He will take that high-octane fastball against a pretty high-octane lineup. Venice, multiple D1 commits in their stacked lineup. August Backman leads things off. Graham Houston, Jonathan Morrow, Bo Daniel, Carter Cox, Randall Riley, R.J. Shields, Maddox Volk, and Aiden Carey. Now, as usual, Wilson will be throwing to catcher Brady Marshall. Behind him, left field Ben Burke, center field Cannon Murtaugh, Griffin Boson in right, left to right in the infield Bryce Possessi, Nico Perez, Hudson Rivera, and Samir Mohammed, the big guy, over at first base. And it is 7:01. There is a pretty nice breeze blowing out to right field. That's where a number of balls have left this ballpark, and we will see if that's what happens here tonight. Jump in the chat, folks. I'm Doug Politz. I'm happy I get to bring this game to you guys because these are the kind of matchups you really look forward to. So jump in the chat. Let us know who you're watching, where you're watching from. Mike, can you announce the live stream? I will. Thank you. Tell a friend, tell two. Tell somebody that they can jump in too. I want to know where you're watching from and who you're watching. Okay, we are ready to get this thing cooking here as Brady Marshall's having a little bit of, no, it looks like he's got it all geared up there with his little earpiece and all that good stuff. So hopefully he has an error-free night with that microphone and that earpiece. First up, left-handed hitting August Backman. August takes strike one over the outside corner. A 19-time all-tournament selection, an MVP of a perfect game tournament once. He's a junior. That one too tall. It's now a ball on a strike. We're just underway, top of the first. Wilson Anderson on the bump. August Backman in the batter's box. That one hit in the air to center field. Cannon Murtaugh stands under it. He's at the warning track. He grabs it, and out number one is in the books. He hit that one a long way. Nicely done, but Cannon right on it. Okay, brings up Graham Houston. Now Graham, future LSU Tiger. He is a junior, the shortstop. He's the number 2 shortstop in the junior class in the state of Florida, the number 5 overall player in that class in Florida. There's a nice shape to that slider, but it misses just off the mark, far side, 1-0. And he bounces one. Room service hop to Samir, who runs over himself, and he does not get there in time. The speedy Graham Houston, looks like it was a tie, goes to the runner. That's an infield hit for the future LSU Tiger. All right, so Indians have their first runner aboard. That's going to bring up Jonathan Morrow. He's going to go play at Columbia for the Lions up in Manhattan. The junior 20-time all-tournament guy. That one bounces in there. It ricochets away from Brady Marshall over toward the first base dugout. And that's going to escort Houston over to second base on the wild pitch. So Jonathan Morrow, right-handed hitting, he's the number 14 catcher in the state of Florida in the junior class. He's been a tournament MVP once as well. He hits that one in the air, middle of the infield. Hudson Rivera, actually in shallow center field, snatches it. Out number 2 is done. Okay, Bo Daniel, the junior, he's the cleanup hitter. Folks, I don't have information on Bo. Looked him up as best I could on Perfect Game. Maybe if somebody has more information on him, please let me know in the chat. I'm happy to share it with everybody. We're going to have hundreds of people watching this tonight. I want him to get the exposure he can get. And he slaps one right down the third base line, gets over the bag. That is going to be extra bases. That's a fair ball, says home plate umpire. The run scores, and Bo Daniels stands on second base and rallies his troops as he drives in the game's first run on a RBI double down the line. All right, second base hit for the Indians, scores their first run. And that's going to bring up pitcher Carter Cox, another left-handed hitting Indian to come up. He's got teammate Bo Daniel at second base, and he slices one port side foul right over the Jesuit third base dugout over there. The 0-1. He kicks and delivers, and that is an off-speed pitch. Nicely done. Throws it down, gets a wave through. 0-2. And again, Wilson Anderson, future Mississippi State Bulldog, facing off against his counterpart, Carter Cox. And that one is lifted foul. Folks, we do not have the center field camera tonight. Weather is supposed to be making its way in here in a little while, and that is going to abort the mission for putting that camera up. So it's just going to be the press box camera like old school. Fastball down, Dusty. Ball 1. On deck, Randall Riley. So Wilson Anderson with 2 outs. 1 Indian in already. Bo Daniel on second base. He kicks and fires, and that's just off the mark, far side. 2-2. In the chat, okay, JT from Jacksonville Beach. Good to have you, bud. That one lifted foul, port side, same spot. And we have Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Man on second. He tilts and tosses. Too tall, fills up the count. Wilson, 15 pitches so far, 9 strikes, 6 balls. It is blowing. Old Glory is bouncing away up there in the right field sky. I mean, that is a pretty steady breeze. And just as I say that, it promptly dies off. That one tapped foul, and so Carter Cox is getting his money's worth on this at-bat. That's the 8th pitch of the at-bat. 4 foul balls. So he is doing his job for his teammates over there. They've gotten a look at everything Wilson can deliver. Here's the full count offering. Too tall, he's on base. He'll probably get a courtesy runner being the pitcher. Let's see. Yep, he's got number 8, I believe. Yep, number 8 coming in to run for him. Kane Judson. All right, Randall Riley. Randall Riley comes up, the 5'10", 180-pound senior. Listed as a switch hitter, but batting righty on righty here. He's a 20-time all-tournament selection in perfect game events. He's been an MVP in a tournament, a most valuable pitcher in a tournament. And that one is in there, called strike 1. 11 strikes, 7 balls, 18 total so far for Anderson, working from the stretch. Daniel, who doubled, is on second base. Judson running for Cox, who walked. And there is a nice-looking breaking pitch. Gets him out on the front foot. It's now 0-2. And typically it is tough sledding when Wilson's got you 0-2. Fastball up high. He lets that one go. There are a ton of radar guns with all the scouts up here, folks, but they're just where I can't see them. Over this ledge here. That one, bouncing ball over to shortstop. Nico's got it. He hums it across. One hopper. Caught by Muhammad, and that retires the side. Nice play. All right, top half of the first. 1 Indian run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. We move to the bottom of the first inning. It is 1-0 Venice. All right, so I got my spies out there. I'm like Lord Varys here. I got my spies out there, and they say 94-97 for Wilson in that inning. That's what he's throwing tonight, 94-97 miles an hour. Okay, so Carter Cox takes the mound. Carter, a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Again, he's a tournament All-American twice, 2 times, a 29-time All-Tournament selection, the number 4 left-handed pitcher in the state of Florida in the senior class. So two top-flight pitchers here. What a treat. Okay, behind him, left to right in the infield, Maddox Volk at third, Graham Houston at shortstop, Mac Carey at second, and Bo Daniel at first. Behind the plate is Jonathan Morrow. And then left to right in the outfield, Randall Riley, August Backman, and R.J. Shields. Due up for Jesuit. So the lineup will go Murtaugh, Brady Marshall, Griffin Boson, Samir Muhammad, Ben Burke, Bryce Bassesi, Christian Sheffield, Hudson Rivera, and Wilson Anderson. The DH is Christian Sheffield. He's hitting for Nico Perez. All right, Cannon Murtaugh, 5'10", 185-pound senior center fielder. He is a 17-time All-Tournament selection. He's a future Virginia Cavalier. Missed a handful of games to get started, so not a huge sample size for him on his stats so far. But he is absolutely the spark plug that gets this team going. Tough out, gets on the bases and wreaks chaos. And there is a nice breaking pitch by Cox to get a called strike 1. Good-looking lefty up there. So he spins one in to start the game. Fastball, and that one is down and a little bit too tight, a ball and a strike. Murtaugh awaits. He hits that one hard and high to center field. On the run is Backman, but he gets to it, grabs it, out number 1. So each team starts with a fly out to center field. Okay, brings up Brady Marshall. And Brady Marshall, a .615 hitter. He's OBP of 643. 16 hits so far this year. He is racking up some frequent flyer miles over at first base, I tell you. He lets that one go. He lets it go well outside, it looked like, but it was sort of a streaking breaking pitch. I guess it nipped the corner there for a called strike 1. And same pitch, he quickly goes up 0-2 on Brady Marshall. Marshall has been a tough out to say the least. Too tall, a ball and 2 strikes. Brady leading the team in average at 615, OBP 643, and hits with 16. He's doing his job. That one fouled straight back. Stays at a ball and 2 strikes. On deck, Griffin Boson, the hero of the other night game against Miller School of Albemarle, Virginia, with the walk-off double. And Marshall, lefty on lefty, awaits. He gets the swinging strikeout, does Cox. And that'll bring up Griffin Boson. So in all of the basic, all the categories of stats that basically reflect extra base hits, Griffin leads the team. Home runs, doubles, slugging percentage, OPS, RBI, and then runs scored. He is a future Duke Blue Devil who's hit 3 of them out of here already this year. And Carter Cox leads him off with a breaking ball. That's what he's done with all of the hitters so far in the lineup. Love seeing somebody with some confidence in his breaking pitches. That one Home plate umpire says no. Says that one's too low. And Boson awaits the 2-0. And that one hit hard, but right at Graham Houston at shortstop. The throw over is right on target. That's out number 3. All right, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 1 complete. It's Venice 1, Jesuit 0. All right, let me see what you got in the chat here. Diane Fultz. I've been waiting to see that one pop up. Over in Ocala. Okay. Have they finished all that construction on I-75 in Ocala? It's only been 20 years, right? Let's see. Jerry, he's in Orlando tonight. All right, you're checking in. Beautiful. All right, anybody know the reference in that song to I Know What Bo Don't Know? Austin? Bo, it's from the Bo Jackson Nike commercials. Bo knows baseball, Bo knows skiing, Bo knows everything. I know what Bo don't know. Those were the best. He'd have shoulder pads and a baseball bat over.
I had that poster.
Did you? That's awesome. Dennis had that poster. Little known and even less cared for facts by Doug Polites. All right, 21, R.J. Shields. Now this is interesting. Both future Mississippi State Bulldogs going at each other here. Anderson versus Shields. And that one goes to R.J. Shields, the first round of this Bulldog matchup, as he gets a single to right center field. And Venice came to hit the ball tonight. They're swinging and getting on base and getting base hits. That's going to bring up Maddox Volk. Maddox, the senior third baseman, 17-time All-Tournament selection. He squares to bunt. That one is tracked down by Wilson Anderson. Underhand toss to get him, and that moves the runner over as designed. So the sacrifice bunt for Maddox. Well played. Brings up let's see, who's up? That one is Aiden Carey, and he lines one into center field for a base hit. Nicely done on a first pitch. That's Matt Carey. And then, hang on one second here, folks. And that one, a sacrifice bunt, but he does make an incredible play, does Wilson Anderson, as he gets over, fields it, and quickly gets R.J. Shields with sort of a diving tag. Fantastic play. Let's see, so. And Backman with the fielder's choice is what that's going to be. All right, so Matt Carey, who singled, he's at second base. Backman, who just bunted on what was basically a safety squeeze that failed, is at first base. Brings up Graham Houston. Now, Graham, the future LSU Tiger, singled, an infield single his first time up. He hit that ground ball over to Samir, who was playing a little deep, and quite honestly just couldn't beat him to the base. As Graham Houston's got wheels. There's a breaking pitch, and that's, where they're calling a balk on that. They're calling a balk, okay. So everybody moves up 90 feet. So no pitch is still 1-0, and Graham Houston with a with a 2 RBI chance here. Fastball too tall. It's 2 balls and no strikes. All right, one Indian has scored, but several have threatened to score. Wilson Anderson in the windup. He's got 2 outs here in the top of the second. And that one is fouled off by Graham Houston. Houston, he is, I see why Jay Johnson over in Baton Rouge is looking at this kid as a future shortstop over there at Alex Box. 25-time all-tournament selection. He's the number 2 shortstop in the junior class in Florida. He hits that one high, and that's got a chance. That's got a lot of carry, and that's out of here. Right field shot up into the trees in front of the Tampa Bay Park building, and that's going to clear them, folks. And that would hit the Intimidator, the big national championship sign at LSU, in right field for sure. As Graham Houston tacks on 3 more Indian runs, it's now 4-0 Venice. And now Jonathan Morrow comes up. He popped up to second base his first time up. And a clean count here. That one bounces in there, a breaking pitch off the, I believe off the shin guard of Brady Marshall. Morrow, the junior catcher, he bounces one over to Bassesi, who kind of short hops it, snags it beautifully. The toss across is right on target and in time, and a great play by Bryce Bassesi, the future Baylor Bear over there at third base. Okay, so in the top half of the second, 3 Venice runs on 3 hits. No errors, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It is 4-0 Venice. In the chat, Diane says, horrible traffic, 75 still has continual construction. They need to put Elon Musk on that project. They can figure out something. Maybe put it all underground or something. I don't know. All right, so we have, for the Tigers, Muhammad, Burke, and Bassesi due up to face Carter Cox. Cox, 11 pitches, 7 strikes, 4 balls in that first inning. But you can't script a better start for the visiting Venice Indians. Coach Faulkner can't draw it up any better than this. 4-0 after 2 at-bats. And we will see if the Tigers can get some base runners and start moving them around the diamond as the Tigers went 3 up, 3 down first inning. All right, Samir Muhammad, the number 1, he is as decorated as can be as a pitcher for sure, but hitting .406 this year. OPS is over 1,000. A swing and an empty hack on a high heater. And Samir Muhammad, a 40-time all-tournament selection. He's the number 3 overall player in the junior class in Florida. That is a breaking pitch, off speed, down and dusty. A ball and a strike. Samir is a 2-time tournament MVP, a 2-time tournament All-American in perfect game. There's a breaking pitch, but that is a little bit too low, and it is now 2-1. Bottom of the second, Venice leads 4-0. Carter Cox on the hill. Carter Cox, the lefty, mixing up fastball, curveball. Has led most batters off with the curveball. That one hit in the air, foul, starboard side, out of play down the right field line. 2-2. Muhammad awaits. Cox delivers a breaking pitch that snips that outside corner, and Muhammad watches it, and the home plate umpire calls it strike 3. That is a good-looking pitch, folks. A little dart right at the end, right over the outside corner. Man, oh man. Going to get a lot of people out with that. Ben Burke comes up. Future Appalachian State Mountaineer. Senior left fielder, but a two-way guy, a left-handed relief pitcher as well. There's a breaking pitch. That gets him there for a strike. So Carter Cox, I believe, has led everybody off with that breaking pitch, and I think he's only missed with it once. 28-time all-tournament selection is Ben Burke. That one right in on the hands, fouls it straight back over the press box. He is a perfect game All-American in 2024. Leads the team with 9 walks. He's got an OBP of 556 and OPS of almost 1,000. Getting it done on the mound and in the batter's box this year. He stands 0-2 against Cox. Too tall, ball 1. Breeze blowing out to right field. And that one hit on the ground lightly over to second base. It hits his wrist and flies over toward second base. And that's going to do it for trying to get Ben Burke out. So Matt Carey, with an error, puts Ben Burke on first base. You know, put the ball in play and good things happen. That brings up Bryce Bessesi. Now Bryce, the junior third baseman, actually rated as the number 4 catcher in the state of Florida in that junior class. Another lefty on lefty matchup. Now for the first time, it looks like Cox led somebody off with a fastball. That one misses outside, 1-0. Bessesi, again, headed to Waco, Texas to play for the Baylor Bears over in the Big 12. That one hit on the ground, left side. Past the diving third baseman, Volk, and then by that time, Houston comes in, still had a shot at him, but not able to field it cleanly, and that's 2 errors now to lead off the bottom of the second inning. All right, again, as they say, put the ball in play and make them make a play. Brings up Christian Sheffield. Christian's going to play for Florida A&M. The Rattlers up in Tallahassee. He's an 11-time all-tournament selection. You guys that are watching to see Venice, yes, you'll probably recognize that last name. Yes, that is the youngest son of famous major leaguer Gary Sheffield. And Christian has had quite a career here at Jesuit. going to keep playing up in Tallahassee. 0-1. That one fouled straight back. And Sheffield down 0-2 to Carter Cox. Cox now 24 pitches, 16 strikes, 8 balls. Bottom of the second, 2 Tigers on, 1 out. Both infield ground ball errors. Home plate umpire emphatically says that Christian Sheffield wants time. You got to like it, man. If you're going to make the call, make it clear. No doubt. I like him so far. 0-2. He kicks and delivers, and that one's up and out. 1-2, and then he shows you the count and then hollers it out. I'm giving home plate umpire an A+ so far. And the reverse pivot move to Chase Burke back to second base accomplishes that goal. On deck, Hudson Rivera, then Wilson Anderson, then top of the lineup. Gusty breeze out to right field. And very nicely done by Christian Sheffield. He fouled it off, but it was that breaking pitch that did that little darting action right over the outside corner, right in the last, basically the last quarter of its flight to home plate. It just sort of darted in, and it would have been called strike 3. At the last second, Christian slashes it foul and stays alive. 1-2. Burke at second, Bassesi at first. And another timeout. As Sheffield not able to stand as long as Cox is. Cox has long wait times once he comes set. That one, a fastball, gets the inside corner and catches him looking. A perfectly placed fastball. Perfectly placed. Hudson Rivera comes up. Now Huddy, sophomore second baseman, a 12-time all-tournament selection. Putting together a solid sophomore campaign. A lot to like about this young guy. A lot of opportunity for him here. If he can dart one through the infield. That one gets in there, called strike 1. Cox, 28 pitches, 19 strikes. And the reverse pivot. Can somebody get me a Zyzol or a Sudafed or something? This pollen's getting me, man. Jeez. That one up high on Hudson. He lets it go. 1-1. It is 1-1. Yes, the count is right. Man, these wait times are like TSA right now. That one, a bouncing ball to third base. Volk's got it. He flips it over there on the first base, or on the sort of the home plate side of first base. But nice adjustment by Bo Daniel to keep his foot on the bag. And the 5-3 ground out is going to end the inning for Jesuit. Okay, bottom half of the second. No runs, no hits. 2 errors, 2 men left on base. And now we're going to go to the top of the third. In the bottom of the second, there were all those things. And so We head to the top of the third. Venice leads 4-0. Jam on it. Okay, who is due up? Bo Daniel, Carter Cox, and Randall Riley. All right, what we got in the chat here, guys? Jello, okay. Jerry, Diane. Familiar faces. I love it. If anybody's watching on the Venice side, go ahead and jump in there. Let us know who you're watching. There's a lot to be proud of on the Venice side. Can we see how many viewers we have? Can you click on that? 100, almost 200 of you guys. You can go back to it now. Almost 200 in viewing now. All right. Bo Daniel. Remember, he is the one who hit that grounder right over third base for the RBI double back in the first inning. So he is 1 for 1. Facing Wilson Anderson into his windup, delivers it right down the pipe. Called strike 1. 0-1. Wilson Anderson, 32 total pitches, 21 strikes. That one off the mark, far side, 1-1. There's that breaking pitch, and boy, that is a thing of beauty. When he lands that, it's not like you can tell it's coming, and if you got to get ready for mid-90s fastball, it's past you before you know it. And there's the same pitch, and he gets him swinging. That is going to get people out at every level right there. That'll bring up Carter Cox. Left-handed hitting, left-handed throwing. Carter Cox, 29-time All-Tournament selection. 2-time tournament All-American. That one misses down. Dusty. He walked his first time up. Wilson seems to have settled in pretty well here. There's a breaking pitch, and home plate umpire says, nope, a little too low. Wilson settled in. They have touched him up for 4 runs so far, 3 of them on that home run by Houston. That one hit in the air, left field, giving chase is Burke. He's under it. He's got it. Out number 2. All right, Randall Riley up. Now Randall, the Indian left fielder, senior, he grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Does he go? He did go. The check swing counts as a full swing, and it's 0-1. So Wilson gets him diving after that breaking pitch, a beautiful looking pitch. He's really got a handle on it tonight. That one lifted, starboard side foul ball out of play. Over by the bank parking lot. 0-2. Oh. And a little tapper grounder over to Bassesi. He's got it. Throws a rocket across the infield to get him by an eyelash over there. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Go to the bottom of the third. It's 4-0.
Can you get one of them to send up a Diet Coke? Dennis, can you get one of them to send up a Diet Coke? You want Coke Zero?
So it is a Friday night in Lent, folks, at Jesuit High School. And you know what that means. That means it is at the concession stand. It is Kevin McAllister night. 1 cheese pizza. No pepperoni, no sausage, no ground meat, no nothing. It is in observance of a Friday in Lent here, folks. 1 cheese pizza. All right, due up, looking to help his own cause is Wilson Anderson. And then top of the order, Cannon Murtaugh, Brady Marshall, then Griffin Boson. Park Chan Woo. What is the lineup? I guess asking for the Indians. Backman, Houston, Morrow, Daniel, Cox, Riley, Shields, Volk, Carey. Maybe that's what you're asking. I'm guessing that's what you want to know. Hope that helps. All right, Wilson Anderson up. He leads the team in triples with 2. Obviously does all his, or most of his damage on the mound for sure. There's a breaking pitch, a familiar sight, a leadoff breaking pitch. Ball 1. Richard Shadowblade 7506 cheering on the Indians. Very good. And that is a attempted bunt that sails wide left side. Foul ball. That one hit in the air high to center field. Headed back there toward the warning track is Backman. He grabs it. That is out number 1. Another deep fly out. Is that right, Jello? Jesuit cafeteria in the 90s was famous for the tuna sandwich during Lent. There you go. Well, back home in Louisiana, you always have a crawfish boil or a shrimp boil on Fridays in Lent. Murtaugh up. Which always was curious to me because everybody loved boiled crawfish and boiled shrimp. It was like a treat, but you're supposed to be sacrificing on a Friday in Lent, but everybody have a crawfish boil. And that one hit hard right at third baseman Volk. Scoops it up, slings it across in time. Out number 2's in the books. And Carter Cox making quick work through this lineup. Brings up Brady Marshall. Brady Marshall uncharacteristically got out his first time up. And that one is a little tapper right back to Cox, who fields it easily, and the throw over gets Marshall. And retires the side very quickly. That is how you draw that up, I tell you. I think he threw a total of 5 pitches that inning. Okay. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 up, 3 down. We are finished with 3 innings. We head to the top of the 4th. 225 viewers on board. Thank you very much. It is 4-0 Indians. And we got freestyle freaking in the house tonight. Move your body from left to right. All you Gen Xers out there, this is bringing you back to your club days. Don't stop the rock. That's DJ Austin Ford, folks. Austin, you remember when was it Stoneman Douglas or Bellin Jesuit? It was Bellin Jesuit. Remember when they had all those ladies? All those Miami moms were over there dancing over there? Oh, my God. I mean, they were having a party over there. All right, R.J. Shields. This is Mississippi Bulldog versus Mississippi State Bulldog here.
Now it's being quoted. Gary Sheffield says that something was not an error.
All right, R.J. Shields, his first time up, he singled to right field. Ball, 2 balls and no strikes.
Andy Wood said that was not an error. Gary Sheffield agrees with him.
A swing and a hefty but an empty hack from Shields. His future teammate gets a strike on him here. It's 2-1. These two are headed to Starkville, the pitcher and the catcher here, Wilson Anderson and R.J. Shields. He hits that one high in the air to shallow center field. Murtaugh calls everybody off, makes the grab and the out, and Shields heads back. All right, so that brings up Maddox Volk. Now, he's been busy as a rat in a Cheeto factory over there at third base tonight. Seems like I say his name every other play. Called strike. He sacrifice bunted his first time up. A nice pitch, a slider that kind of got Volk completely discombobulated on that. He wanted to stop that swing halfway through, but the die was cast at that point. Hit on the ground, 5-6 hole, and he gets a 2-strike base hit. Does Maddox Volk. And he is on board, and that brings up Matt Carey. No, it doesn't. It brings up, it looks like Aiden Carey. It's called strike. That one sliced foul into the bank parking lot. It's 0-2 again. That one hit him on the ground over to Perez, flips it underhand over to Rivera. The relay is in time for the twin killing. Nicely played. Those two play very well in the middle infield together. Beautiful play for the old 6-4-3 double play. All right, we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Nobody left on base. Due up Boson, Muhammad, and Burke. It's 4-0 Indians. All right, Griffin Boson grounded out to shortstop his first time up. He has been sort of the extra base hit man for this lineup. Has scored 10 runs, that leads the team. Has driven in 11 others, that leads the team. 3 round trippers, that leads the team. 4 doubles, that, you guessed it, leads the team. Fastball, near side, ball 1. A hefty hack. Fouls it off back into the netting here, and now we're evened up, a ball and a strike. Samir Muhammad on deck, followed by Ben Burke. Right now, Griffin Boson, senior right fielder, future Duke Blue Devil up. That one hit hard, but right at Matt Carey, who scoops it up. The toss across over to Daniel for the 4-3 ground out, and out number 1 is done. That one kind of short hopped him. That second hop landed right at his feet, and he kind of smothered it with his chest, but fielded it cleanly and throw over with plenty of time to spare. Samir Muhammad up. Samir was called out on strikes his first time up. At this point, Carter Cox, 39 pitches, 26 strikes. He is right in the groove tonight for sure. Fastball. Home plate umpire asks for help from the first base umpire. He says Samir did not go around. A swing and an empty hack on a off-speed pitch. Looked like a changeup, kind of diving away from Samir. That's a good pitch selection there. They're staying away from bringing it into the wheelhouse on Big Samir. That one, he sneaks one right in onto the inside corner, and it's now 1-2. A swing and an empty hack. He gets him on the breaking pitch. And Muhammad's got to go back to the dugout. Ben Burke will come up to hit. Ben reached on an error. He reached on an error on the second baseman his first time up. Breaking pitch to lead him off, gets a swinging strike. And Cox has just pitched as smoothly as you really can to get through this lineup. Bouncing ball right at Graham Houston. Scoops it up, slings it over. 6-3 ground out. I mean, Cox has just methodically and smoothly zipped right through this lineup over and over. All right, we are through 4 complete. It is Venice 4 and Jesuit 0. What's that? I usually bring it back just a little. All right, first pitch to Austin Backman, misses up high, ball one. He flew out to center field, and then he had that bunt that Wilson fielded himself and then tagged the runner trying to score on an excellent defensive play. Now that one hits the mark. 2-1. There's that breaking pitch, and he can't get it to bounce up over Wilson Anderson. He's 6'4". He's fielding his position beautifully tonight. That is a 1-3 ground out. Kind of the Baltimore chop, but not able to get up over Wilson Anderson, who then underhand tosses it over to Samir to get Backman. That brings up future LSU Tiger Graham Houston, who slaps one down the left field line. And, man, this guy is all over the barrel. Rounds first, will easily make it into second base as he has beat out an infield single, homered, and now doubled. All right, Jonathan Morrow comes up. One man out. Indians have another in scoring position. The future Columbia Lion, Jonathan Morrow, the catcher, comes up. He has flown out to, well, basically popped out. Now that one hit down the line, right field. That lands fair. 3 hops the wall. Bosun's out there to get it. Houston will coast across and headed to third for a sliding triple. He is safe there. Is Jonathan Morrow. And opposite field, RBI triple for Jonathan Morrow. And the Indians are getting it done at the plate tonight. That's going to make it 5-0. And we're going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher, number 22. Zach Allaire. All right, Bo Daniel comes up. Bo has doubled down that same left field line and struck out. Infield is in. First pitch, low, ball one. Infield is in, 1 out. And into the windup goes Anderson. That one right in on the hands. A good fastball. It is popped up and back, foul. Top half of the 5th inning here. And this one has been all Indians. Swing and an empty hack. 1-2. Wilson wanting to get one himself here. Fastball, near side, right at the letters, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. A swing and a breezy hack for strike 3. An off speeder there. That looked like his changeup. Way out in front of that. Nicely done. Okay. Carter Cox. He has walked and flown out to left field. That one a ground ball up the middle. Hudson Rivera gets it, throws it across his body in time for out number 3. All right, top half of the 5th, 1 Indian run, 2 Venice hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning already. 5-0 Venice. Carter Cox is just dealing tonight for the Venice Indians. He has had his way with this Jesuit lineup. He's beginning his 5th inning of work. He's thrown 45 pitches, 31 strikes, 14 balls. Getting some strikeouts, but he's getting quick outs and quick innings. All right, Bryce Bessesi comes up. He has reached on an error that they're still fighting about over on the other side of the press box. Did we ever decide what that was? Yeah, it was the one over here. No doubt the one to the second base was an error. I mean, the only one you could even dispute was that one, but I still think so. I mean, I don't know about that. That one hit hard straight up the middle as Bryce Bessesi gets on base with the first Jesuit hit of the evening. All right, Christian Sheffield comes up. Christian was called out on strikes his first time up. So Carter Cox, it took until the 5th inning for him to surrender a hit, as he's been razor sharp all night. There's that breaking pitch, and it lands for a strike. 0-1. So good if you can spot that to lead hitters off and just get a free strike, because nobody wants to swing at that early in the count. A ball and a strike. A swing and an empty hack on a high heater, 1-2. Again, no center field camera tonight, folks, because of the threatening weather. Here's the 1-2. He kicks and delivers, and there's that breaking pitch, and he got him to throw over the first base. Keeps Bessesi honest. So he gets a called strike 3 on the breaking pitch. He has such a great command of that pitch. Having his way when he decides to use that one. Hudson Rivera comes up. He grounded out to Volk over at third base his first time up. That one is sliced over into the Venice, well, onto the roof of the Venice dugout, as Hudson sort of jarred that one out of Morrow's catcher's mitt. It almost had reached his mitt by the time he got the bat on it. And the throw over to first base. Pickoff attempt. Again, keeping Bessesi honest. Cox delivers a swing and a caught foul tip. Moves the count to 0-2. Yes. A swing and sort of a defensive hack, but an empty one. On the inside fastball. Sends Rivera back to the dugout. Now Wilson Anderson comes up. And Wilson Anderson flew out to deep center field his first time up. That's a breaking pitch, a leadoff breaking pitch that does not get called a strike. There is a first time for everything. comes back with it, says, all right, fine. I'll throw it again. And this time it lands, 1-1. The throw over to first base, safe. Breaking pitch, fouls it straight back. Nicely done. Both guys there. It was a good-looking pitch. Wilson put a good swing on it. Just nicks it. Doesn't get any solid contact on it. Keeps himself in there, 1-2. Step off. Bassesi scurries back to first base. And it's 1-2. That one hit in the air to center field. Backman charging in. He makes the catch. Great job getting to that one. A good piece of hitting. But Backman able to get in a hurry there and make the third out. Okay, we are now through 5 complete. No runs in the bottom of the 5th. 1 Jesuit hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We move to the top of the 6th. It's 5-0 Venice. All right, Randall Riley, he has grounded out to the left side both times up. He fouls it off, and there's something that flew off. Is that his elbow guard? Okay, his own elbow guard flew off. And a foul ball, and he just threw that elbow guard away. There's that breaking pitch, nicely done, called strike 2. 0-2. Anderson, 65 total pitches, 45 strikes, 20 balls. He really puts a lot of pepper in that one, but it misses down and out. 1-2. And that one, a breaking pitch hit in the air to right field. Boson stands still, grabs it. He didn't have to move an inch. The leadoff fly out. We have 1 out now. R.J. Shields up. Again, this is the Starkville duel here. The 2 future Mississippi State Bulldogs. Anderson and Shields. Shields singled and then popped out. There's a fastball with a lot of steam on it. over the outside corner, 0-1. Shields, the number 4 outfielder in the state of Florida in this junior class. He is also a pitcher who throws a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. And that one hit on the ground right back to Wilson Anderson. That is how you want to do it, guys. I mean, certainly it's advantage Indians so far tonight, but if you can keep getting little quick comebackers like that are kind of soft contact, easy little tosses over to first base, that's how you want to do it. Those are easy outs. And you don't have to use so many pitches. Maddox Volk, sort of a, I don't want to swing. That one more the ball hit the bat than the bat hit the ball on that one. That was a foul ball on the right side. He has singled, and he has sacrificed bunted. Third time against Anderson, and that one is not a strike, but I can't give you any more detail because it looked pretty good to me. 1-1. That one hit hard over at Bassesi. In his glove across the diamond, but gets by Muhammad, and we have a reached on error. Yeah. All right. That is a reach on error here, and now we have Aiden Carey, who has singled and grounded out. He fouls that one off. Gee. I know Wilson is saying, good. Wilson is saying he'd like to be out of this inning, and was almost out of it. That one misses outside. He's thrown 75 pitches now, 51 strikes, 24 balls. It's now 1-1. The throw over to first base. That is a ball, 2-1. A nice little steady breeze headed out to right field. Top of the 6th inning here, folks. Venice Indians 5, Jesuits 0. The Indians have 8 hits to Jesuits 1. That a lone single up the middle by Bryce Bassesi. That one slapped into right field for a single as Aiden Carey gets his second base hit of the night. Moving Volk to second base. And Miguel Menendez is going to come out. And let's see, is he going to make a pitching change? All right, Miguel, a few words with Wilson Anderson. 2 men out, 2 men on. Brings up August Backman, the leadoff hitter, the center fielder. He has flown out to center field, grounded out back to Anderson, and then he has attempted a safety squeeze that was foiled by Anderson on a diving tag of the runner trying to score. It is now 0-1. And Backman, the junior, lets that one go. He's been a tournament MVP and a 19-time all-tournament selection. Fastball, near side miss. 2-1. On deck is Graham Houston. And you'd surely not like to see him come up with the bases loaded. That one smacked into right field. Base hit. Bosen's got it. Uncorks one toward home. It arrives, but not before Maddox Volk slides in for the 6th run. A two-hopper into the plate. Marshall, everybody played it perfectly. Volk just beat it out. That brings up Graham Houston, folks. Future LSU Tiger. Graham has doubled, singled, homered. I'll say nothing else. But you know what he's lacking here, and that one is hit high to left center field. Over there is Cannon Murtaugh. He makes the catch, and for the first time tonight, Graham Houston is out.
In the inning, Venice had 2 base hits, the Tigers committed 1 error, they scored 1 run, and they had 2 runners on base. The score now
All right, top half of the 6th, 1 run, 2 Venice hits, 1 error, 2 men left on base. We move to the bottom of the 6th. It is 6-0 Venice. Okay, folks. In to face Carter Cox for the 3rd time is Cannon Murtaugh. He has flown out to center field, grounded out to 3rd base. As Cannon Murtaugh. Nobody in the lineup has had a whole lot of success against Cox tonight. He is 58 pitches into this, 42 strikes. 1 hit. That one hit in the air to right field. Shields charges in, makes the catch. Out number 1 is done. All right, Brady Marshall comes up. Now, Brady has been a hit machine. He has moved up to number 2, the 2nd hitter in the lineup. He leads the team in average OBP and hits. But he has been a victim of a swinging strikeout and then a ground out back to Carter Cox. And Brady gets his 3rd crack at Carter Cox. That one. Another one right in on his hands, right back to Cox, and over to Bo Daniel. And this might be the first time Brady Marshall's kept hitless in a game this year. All right, Griffin Bosen comes up. Griffin, a .424 hitter coming into this game. 1330 OPS. Future Duke Blue Devil watches ball 1. He has grounded out to the left, grounded out to the right. That one is lined backward into the net. Foul ball, 1-1. Bosen leads in all of the other offensive categories I didn't just mention with Marshall. home runs, doubles, slugging, OPS, RBIs. Breaking pitch is right in there. And just in case you were wondering, no, Carter Cox has not forgotten about it. 1-2. That one, a breaking pitch, but that one a little bit too low. And we go to Deuces Wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. He shakes, and nods, and into the windup he goes. That one hit hard, but right at Graham Houston, and the future LSU Tiger makes it look easy. I mean, it short hopped him. It was hit dead red right at him, but he was playing almost just behind second base. If he was playing at the regular shortstop spot, that's an easy single up the middle for Boson. But he was not, and then he made a heck of a play on it. Well, undefeated Venice has absolutely played like it here tonight. Pam Hersey up in Duluth. Man, you guys is getting snowed in over there. Goodness gracious alive. Might have to move to Florida, girl. All right, looks like Caden Wechter's coming in to relieve Wilson Anderson here. And if you have not heard of Caden Wechter, hadn't been really paying attention to Jesuit baseball this year. Caden, the #1 pitcher, right-handed pitcher in Florida in this graduating senior class. The #1 right-handed pitcher in the United States in this graduating senior class. Future Florida State Seminole, maybe, as he is certainly known to have a decision on his hands coming in a couple of months, as lots of Major League Baseball teams have their eyes on Caden as well. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, holding opponents to 117 average. 22 strikeouts against 4 balls, or 4 base on balls, 4 walks. A .611 whip, walks plus hits per inning pitched, a 61% first pitch strike, and an ERA of .778. He will face Jonathan Morrow. Fastball rifles one in there for strike 1. Morrow has flown out, or he's popped out, grounded out, and tripled. A swing and an empty hack as he cruises one right by him, letter high. And Caden has come out fireballing it here. Fastball down low, 1-2. That one is his slider, but that one's down and dusted. It's now 2-2. And the home plate umpire giving Brady Marshall a couple of seconds to shake off a ball to the bicep, I believe. 2-2. Wechter on in relief of Anderson. He is a 12-time All-Tournament selection and a perfect game All-American and a member of the Team USA team that won the gold in Okinawa last year. Fastball, too tight. Home plate umpire does not flinch. He said, nope, that one misses. And it fills up the count for Caden Wechter. Morrow awaits. And that one is tapped up the middle. Nico Perez, it hits his glove, but it falls to the ground as it looked like he was ready to throw it before he actually secured it. So Morrow is going to reach on error, and he'll be run for as the catcher. Zach Allaire in to run for catcher Morrow, and that'll bring up Bo Daniel. He has doubled down the line and struck out swinging twice. Fastball is in there over the outside corner for strike one. Top half of the seventh inning, Venice leads 6-0. Wechter on in relief now. He throws over to Samir. Zach Allaire dives back safely. A fastball, a little nubber, right off the handle, over to Nico to get the lead runner, and first base umpire says no, he did not get Bo Daniel, who dashed across first base just in time. All right, one away, brings up Carter Cox. He has walked, flown out to left, and grounded out up the middle. There is Caden Wechter's breaking pitch in there, called strike. Stolen base for Bo Daniel. The throw, short hops Hudson Rivera and sneaks out into center field. So Daniel steals second. Caden Wechter will go back to work on Carter Cox, who has, it's 0-1. I think that was a called strike, guys. That one. Steaming fastball right in there, but Carter Cox fouls it away. 0-2. Tapped right back to Caden Wechter. No play on the lead runner, Bo Daniel, headed to third, so he underhand tosses it over to Samir Muhammad for the 1-3 ground out. Take the easy out. Nicely done. And now Randall Riley comes up. Randall has grounded out to shortstop, grounded out to third, and flown out to right. 2 men out. He goes to bunt in what was a safety squeeze. They catch him off the base over there, and Bo Daniel is tagged out as Marshall to Bassesi catches him cheating a little bit down the line too far, and he can't dive back in time. All right, well, the Indians basically strand one. It's not considered a left on base. No runs, no hits, one error, nobody left on base. I'm not. Pardon? He is a. Yeah, I think so. Stand by one. No commitment yet. He is a senior, and he's a 29-time All-Tournament selection. And he's a tournament All-American twice.
They have a game on March the 19th. Venice Free Break Classic. Be announced. Just one game. What the hell's that all about?
All right, Carter Cox heads out to see if he can close this thing out on the road here. He has been phenomenal tonight. 65 pitches, 47 strikes, 18 balls. He's given up 1 hit, no runs. So looking for a road shutout against the Jesuit Tigers. We shall see how he does. The future LSU Tiger, Samir Muhammad, former Team USA player. Countless accolades for this big guy. But tonight he has been a 2-time victim of strikeout. Let's see how Cox does his 3rd time up against the big right-hander. He brings that curveball in there. And that is a ball low. They ask him to check with the first base umpire, who says no, he did not go around on it. They've had 5, we've had 3. That one is sliced foul into the netting, and it falls right in front of the on-deck circle over there on Venice side. Count evens up, 1-1. Carter Cox, the Venice lefty, has absolutely riddled the Tigers. Hard ground ball, sharply hit over to Bo Daniels. Daniel, he knocks it down, tosses it over to the covering Carter Cox for out number 1. And Jesuit really has had no answers for Cox tonight. Brings up Ben Burke. Ben has reached on an error and grounded out. 1 to the right side, 1 to the left side. Called strike 1. Breaking pitch, and that one dances down into the strike zone. So 70 pitches into this, and he's still got that breaking pitch doing just what he wants it to do. I mean, it's like the Jesuit hitters are saying, I see 3 of them out there. Hit the one in the middle. 0-2. Fouls it away. And that one a breaking pitch, and Ben stands in there with it, fouls it back. Nice job hanging in there. 0-2. Cox, 72 pitches, 53 strikes, 19 balls. You really can't have a better outing thus far for Carter Cox. And again, Ben Burke taps it foul. So after going 0-2, he has 3 foul balls. Home plate umpire is going to exchange some baseballs here with Coach Menendez. And the 0-2. That one down and dusty. It is now a ball and 2 strikes. And he slaps one straight center field. Base hit up the middle. And Ben Burke puts another base hit, the second one in almost the exact same spot as Bassesi's earlier. But that is not going to be enough to do it for Jesuit. If they don't start stringing something together here and fast, they've got 2 outs to go, and this thing's going to be in the books. Brings up Bryce Bassesi. He had the first base hit up the middle. He has also reached on an error tonight. He swings through a fastball for strike 1. 0-1. Ben Burke at first after he singled. Cox delivers, and it hits Bryce Bassesi, and they're calling that a fair ball. He's saying that it hit him. Yeah, the home plate umpire is just saying, Bryce Bassesi's obviously in pain. It obviously hit his hand, is he saying, but his hand is wrapped around the bat, and so it was really part of the bat, and so therefore that's a fair ball as it trickled over toward third base. I don't know. They're having a little bit of a... Okay, they're calling that a hit by pitch after conferring, the umpires, but I think Coach Faulkner's saying, hang on a second. His hand is around the handle of the bat. I think that's what his argument is. And if it hit his hand that is wrapped around the bat, that is like it hit the bat, which would mean it went into fair territory. So I don't know. So they are going to say, no, that is a hit by pitch. So Bryce Bassesi on base again, and looks like Brian Schultz is going to run for him. All right, that's going to bring up Christian Sheffield. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Now 2 Tigers on board, I believe, for the first time tonight. No, there was an inning where Jesuit had 2 runners on, both reaching by error. Christian Sheffield has been called out on strikes twice so far tonight. And there he hits one hard right at Matt Carey, but he fumbles it out into shallow right field, and around comes Ben Burke. And that is going to be a reached on error, and then the first run of the night for Jesuit. Yeah, put it in play, and sometimes good things happen. That is another error on the Indians tonight. That is the third error committed by the Indians tonight. So that brings up Hudson. No, who is this? Oh, Jay Kirchner is going to hit for Hudson Rivera here. He takes a mighty but empty hack at a first pitch fastball. So you got Schultz at second. He's running for Bassesi, who was hit by pitch. Sheffield reached on an error on a sharply hit ball to the second baseman that was too hot to handle for Matt Carey. And now Kirchner's quickly down 0-2 as Carter Cox is coming straight at him with fastballs. He has thrown 80 pitches, 59 strikes, 21 balls. And again, fastball, but that one misses low. A ball and 2 strikes. Carter Cox looking to close the door here before it opens up too much. A la Miller School of Albemarle, who Jesuit scored 5 runs on the other night in the bottom of the 7th. No, that one was close on the inside corner, but Kirchner does not offer. Neither does the home plate umpire. It's now 2-2. breaking pitch. Darts in there. Called strike 3. And that is now the 7th strikeout for Carter Cox. So Wilson Anderson up. All right, Wilson Anderson flew out to center field and lined out to center field. He's been right on the barrel tonight. But August Backman out there has just been playing pitch and catch with him. If there has been one kink in the armor tonight for the Indians, it has been a few defensive errors. So best bet here, get it in play. 1-0. That one fouled straight back over the press box. Wilson now 1-1. Carter Cox, 85 pitches, 61 strikes, 24 balls. (6-1) Venice. Cox trying to close it out. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. He kicks and delivers. Too tall, 2-1. Schultz at second. Sheffield at first. Schultz running for Bassesi, who was hit by pitch. A swing and a breezy hack. Took a mighty but empty hack there. Did Wilson Anderson, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on. And Anderson awaits. Fastball, outside corner. They're asking for help. Did he go around? No, he did not. Fastball. Boy, he missed. He just didn't miss by much. I think the pitcher and catcher both thought they had that outside corner to ring him up, but they did not. It's a full count now. That is a tough place. That is a tough place to put that first base umpire. I don't think he wants to have to call a check swing strike 3 to end the ball game in the bottom of the 7th, and he did not. All right, full count. And the reverse pivot back to second base chases Schultz back. And that one hit sky high, but foul, out of play. That one hit hard into left center field. That's going to be extra bases. Around third comes Brian Schultz. He'll score. Sheffield will score. And the 2-out full count double to left center field by Wilson Anderson keeps this thing alive. What a clutch swing of the bat by Wilson Anderson. And is there bottom of the 7th magic again tonight? And Cox is saying, no, I got this. And he's going to get taken out. I know he's just dying to finish this one out, but his coach is going to hand it to somebody else. He has been outstanding tonight. 90 pitches, 7 strikeouts, 64 strikes, 26 balls. Gave up 3 hits. And who is going to come in to relieve him? Tip of the cap, applause for Carter Cox, the senior left-hander who was just stellar tonight for Venice. I know he's disappointed. I know he wanted to finish it out. He will turn it over to number 9, and let me get that one. Number 9 is Cohen Poplin. So Cohen an 11-time all-tournament selection. He's the number 5 right-handed pitcher in the state of Florida. Six 290-pound sophomore is the number 5 right-handed pitcher in the state of Texas. State of Florida, in his sophomore class. He will face Cannon Murtaugh. Wilson Anderson at second after the 2-out, 2 RBI double. Cannon Murtaugh comes up. He flew out to deep center field, grounded out to third, and flew out to right field. Putting the bat on it, just hasn't reached base tonight. Cohen Poplin, he has got a lot of run on that fastball and a lot of zip on it as well. Called strike 1. It's got great life and great movement. And what a great experience here for the sophomore. There's a really nice looking breaking pitch that didn't miss by much, but it missed low. We have left on 3. That one is hit high and deep and left and left and left, and it's way out of play. He was well ahead of it, and he got all of it, but it is way left. It broke up a Bernie Sanders rally over there. It was so far left. 1-2. Breaking pitch and a nice job by Cannon Murtaugh fouling that one off. That is a good-looking breaking pitch. Wow, this young man has got there is the breaking pitch again. Man, he's got a future, that guy. Got a lot of zip on his fastball and a great curveball, and that closes the door on the Jesuit Tigers tonight. Correction on what I was saying earlier. I had it wrong, that the hand is not part of the bat. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Beautiful job tonight by Carter Cox and the Venice Indians. They came in here and got it done. Offensively, defensively, pitching. They had some errors, but not enough to make a difference here as Venice comes in and wins 6-3. over the Jesuit Tigers. Thank you all for watching. I'm Doug Politz. Happy I could bring this to you tonight. See you probably in a few weeks. I think there are a whole slew of road games here, including a trip to Cary, North Carolina. So anyway, good night, everybody. So end the stream. Yeah, that's all you do.
We good?
Say end stream. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks for all the help.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Very nice.
It's nice meeting you.
Likewise.
Hey, how are